Marshall and I truly run my Younique business. We've always done that since day one. I had considered joining a couple network marketing companies prior to joining Younique. I was in a position in retail management for about 10 years, as I mentioned before, and I was looking for a change. For so long, I had worked for mom and pop type stores in my hometown, and I wanted to be able to work for myself. I was working for their goals, I wanted to work for mine. So I had toyed around with the idea of owning my own store. I got very, very close to doing that. Luckily, on their part, it didn't work out. And just as I was about to kind of find another avenue, Younique came around. I tried the mascara from my sister-in-law, and I decided this may be my answer. The answer to my prayers that I had been really considering for about 3 years. So I joined Younique, and I made yellow in 4 days. I made pink my first month. I went blue 4 months after I joined. I went green 3 months after that. And then this past March, when my lovely sister made it to green, I went orange. So that's where I am right now. So to this day, I have currently sponsored 85 people, 82 people in 2 years. And at the beginning of the summer, since I had been around with Younique, this was my second summer, I knew going into the summer months, as with anything, retail, we are in retail as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be slower in the summer months. People are traveling, they're spending money on vacations, they're not buying as many gifts. Their mindset is not about shopping, it's more about vacation and saving up for the holidays. So typically I am at the top of the PRS boards on my team. I don't say that to brag at all, but it was a goal of mine 100%. I was going to be at the top of the PRS boards, and I pretty much was. I have sold now a little over $55,000 in Younique since thank you. And so I had to make a decision at the beginning of summer, and I knew that it was going to be slower. So for the first time in my almost 2-year career at that point, I decided I was going to put PRS a little bit on the back burner, and I was going to step it up with sponsoring. And I did. And all summer long, I was at the top of the sponsoring boards. I sponsored no less than 5 people a month. It was my goal. I had 5 people, or you were begging somebody to join on at the end of the month. Not really, but kind of.
Her dog signed up and everything.
Yes. I mean, and that's the thing, too. When I first joined, I was very focused on PRS, selling. And it wasn't until I made yellow and I started going for pink, and I'm understanding things, and I'm like, I can't get to pink unless I have someone underneath me. So I've got to flip this around a little bit. You know, you got to stop everything sell, and I've got to figure out how to work the business. And so that's what I did. And I recruited the people I needed to get to pink. So in November of this past year, I made Younique my full-time job. I was able to cut my full-time job back to part-time within 4 months of me joining. And then a year and a half later, this past November, I made Younique full-time. So with that being said, I eat it, I breathe it, I sleep it. Younique is what I do in the morning when I wake up. It's the last thing I do before I go to bed. I'm constantly working my business. And that's not just because Younique is my full-time job now. I work from home. I had a 40-plus hour job before. I took my work home with me all the time. And I still worked Younique. I went to the bathroom and I posted. If I went on a lunch break, the very first thing I got in my car, I would make a video for my team. Before work, if you got to get up 15 minutes early, you get up 15 minutes early. If you got to stay up 15 minutes later, you stay up 15 minutes later. I knew I had to do that to get where I wanted to be, and that was not working that job. It was working for Younique. So it can be done. I never once thought I wouldn't be where I am right now. People doubt themselves. It may not be as fast as I wanted it to be, but there was no question in my mind that I wouldn't do it. I knew last month I wanted to sponsor 8 people. No question in my mind I wouldn't do it. I was going to do it. No matter what it took, I would do it. And I needed 3 people the last 3 days, and I got them. Just because not getting it wasn't an option for me. It's never been an option. So you can't let yourself think you can't do something. You know, as a sponsor, you should always be there for your team. If they get a little unmotivated, you motivate them. For me, pride has a lot to do with it too, and that's something I've had to learn as I go through this. You know, Robin said earlier she wants people on her team that are better than her. And that took me a little while to understand, you know, because I'm so competitive. I had to realize if I'm not helping everybody else get their goals, there's no way I'm going to achieve mine. No way. It probably took me a year to fully get that through my head. And now that I have, things turned around. That is where sponsoring comes in. Because you're bringing people into the business. You want to show them whatever goal you have, I'm going to help you achieve it. And that starts before you even sponsor them. You're talking to them about what is it you want out of this business. You know, if they mention to me that they're interested, we're going to talk about it. You know, if you want the free makeup, that's fine. If you want to join for the money, you want to make money, you want to quit your job, we're going to do that. If you want to join for friendships, having sisters, having family you've never had before, we can do that too. There's basically 3 options in my opinion. The main 3 options people want to join. Okay, so here's how you sponsor. Here's how I sponsor. It starts with Facebook. 97% of my sponsoring comes straight from Facebook. Everything I do. It is about making positive Facebook posts. So, you know those little buttons on Facebook where you can like, haha, wow, whatever it is? I never make a post that somebody's going to put a sad face on, ever. Unless it's, you know, please pray for so-and-so or a death in the family, something like that. But other than that, that's it. I don't complain about my husband. I don't complain about my sister or my team.
On Facebook only.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that happens behind the scenes enough. But there's nothing that I post on Facebook that somebody's going to put a sad face on there. Yeah. You keep your Facebook clean. You don't pay, you know, I'm a big football fan, huge. Prior to Younique, Time Hop is there to show you what you used to do that you no longer do.
So true.
Yeah. The post where I'm like, I hate so-and-so football team, and I hope they lose every game for the rest of the year. It doesn't happen anymore. I might say it if you're at my house watching football, but I'm not going to post it on Younique. I mean, on my Facebook.
Your own team.
Sure, and I do. Everyone still knows what team I pull for, you know, but I'm not going to post about the ones that I don't like. Now, political posts, it's an election year. Lovely. Keep it off Facebook. I'm telling you. I yesterday unfriended 3 people because they were putting their political opinion on Facebook, and I didn't agree with it, and I don't want to see it, so you're gone. I unfriended you. That's what people are going to do. And those people could be you can have customers that you don't have the same political views with, you know? That has nothing to do with Younique, and it shouldn't. So that's another thing you got to realize. When you join Younique, Facebook is a lot of what we do. You're a walking store. And if you go to TJ Maxx or someplace, they're not putting, you know, we love so-and-so on the outside of their store, and you can't do that either. If there are posts...
Unless it's somebody in your family that's running for office, because my brother-in-law is running for sheriff next year, so please vote for him. I don't know who he's running against, but he's my brother.
Just don't put his party.
We're not going to put, like, don't vote for the other guys. So.
Okay, so you keep everything positive. And that attracts people to you. So no one is going to join with someone who is, they don't like. They don't get a good vibe from their Facebook. So you have to keep it positive. If there are things on your Facebook from 2 years ago, pictures of you partying and whatever, you think that they might not follow you because of that, you got to go clean it up. You just got to. You got to get rid of it. That is if you want to be successful in this business. You want to make it a viable income for yourself. You know, if you're just wanting it for a hobby, you probably won't be in this room right now. You know what I'm saying? You're wanting to grow your business if you're here. Consistency. So here is a little statistic for you. Possibly. Let me go back. Nope. Let me go back. Okay, most successful people in network marketing post on Facebook 60 times per week. 60. Yeah. Out of those 60 posts, guess how many see it? 5%. 5%. So if you post less than 60, guess how many see it?
4%.
Yeah.
Marshall, do that.
Yeah. What is it?
Carry the one.
So you have to be consistent. You don't want someone to look at their profile, or see you pop up in their newsfeed and think, does she still sell Younique? Because I haven't seen her post anything in a while. And then all of a sudden, here she pops up. Oh, I didn't know she was still selling Younique. It's been maybe 2 or 3 weeks since I saw her post something. That goes back to what Carrie was saying. You have to keep it relevant. You have to keep it, you're basically treading water. And if you go a day without posting, you're back down. If you're posting about Younique, people know that you are still selling Younique. It's going to be another way for them to join. They're not going to join with someone who is not. You can do different lists on Facebook for who you post to. So, if you have some people that you think might be good prospects for your team, you can make a list on Facebook for them. They don't know you did that, but you put them under this list and you call it maybe opportunity. And when you post an opportunity post, whatever it may be, I'll talk about how you can do different ones, it's going to post to just those people. So you have 10 people. It's going to guarantee that those 10 people see that post. Nobody else is going to see it, but that's okay because you're concentrating on those 10 people you have on your list. On average, I like to friend at least 5 to 10 people per day or every other day. You got to pay. There's a fine line with Facebook. You don't really want to do over 10 because they will put you in Facebook jail and prevent you from friending people for a day or 2 or whatever they deem is whatever they deem is appropriate for punishment. So you got to walk the line. But as long as you're doing 5 to 10 people a day, you're fine. That's growing your network. So for me, at this point in my Younique career, I've pretty much added everyone in my warm market, meaning my close friends and family as presenters. They've joined. So then you think, what do I do now? How am I going to get other people? Well, that's your cold market. And how do you get people in your warm market that are out there floating in your cold market? You add them on as Facebook friends. It took me a while to understand that as well because I wanted to keep things very private on my Facebook. So I didn't want to add random Susie that I had no idea who she was. But I do that now. Because I run my Facebook, not that Susie. I run my Facebook like a business. It's a game. So every post I do is, I think about it, You have to think about everything you post. Okay, another thing. If we can't post a picture technically of our Younique card and say it paid for something. However, there are other ways to get around that. So if I post a picture of my trip to Sam's and I was able to spend, $500 on my groceries, I was never able to do that prior to Younique. So you can say, these are my groceries. I'm so blessed. 2 years ago, I would never have been able to do this. If you're consistent on Facebook, they know what you're talking about. They know that means that you bought that with your Younique money. And that attracts people to you. Just the other day, about a month ago, I had someone I friended on Instagram, and I knew her from years ago. We found each other for the first time in probably 20 years. I posted a picture of something I bought, and I alluded to the fact that I was able to get it with my Younique earnings. She immediately messaged me and said, I'm very interested in this Younique thing that you're making money with. We chatted, whatever. Long story short, she joined, and it was because of that post. Because that's something she wanted for herself. She wanted to be able to buy the groceries for herself. Okay, so the first place I look for when I want to find someone to sponsor are my customers. A lot of people will tell you, don't do this. Your customers typically aren't the ones that want to sell. In my opinion, you offer the opportunity to everyone. If anyone buys from me more than one time, I immediately tell them about joining. Because that shows me they like the makeup enough, they're back for a second time, they might be interested in getting a discount on what they're purchasing. So I tell them, have you ever thought about joining Younique? You'll get a 20% discount on all of your products to start, and that discount goes up. If you're interested, let me know, and then I wait. I'm not taking, if they say I want a mascara, I'm not talking about mascara right now. I'm waiting to see what they say. And then we'll have a conversation about, yes, that might be something, or no, I'm not interested, and I just want to get the mascara from you, and that's fine. But you should always offer it. Again, if someone purchases from you, these are back to, you go to your customers first. If they want a mascara and a liquid lipstick, both of those are in the presenter's kit right now. So they're paying for those 2 products, but if they added a little bit more, they could get the presenter's kit and get $200 worth of products for $99. You never, don't sell yourself short. Offer them that. And even if they were a customer and you don't think they're interested in selling, you still sell to your presenters. So I have my VIP group, which most of you do. I add anyone who joins my team to my team page. Automatically, they go in there. If they want to remove themselves, that's fine. I let them know I'm doing this. This is how, you know, I'm going to put you in there because I give company updates and whatever. But if they are only interested in buying for themselves, I keep them in my VIP group because I want to sell to them. Because it's still my job to tell them about the hottest Younique item, about how to apply the mascara. Because they're still customers, in my opinion. They're just purchasing from their own website. And if you're not still keeping them as a customer, you're going to lose them as a presenter. So you have to work both avenues. Okay, let's see. Following up with your customers is big. That's another thing. And following up leads to the opportunity. So you can ask them, hey, are you liking such and such? Also, have you ever thought about maybe joining? That's another thing. Follow up. Okay. Another thing. You have to show people on Facebook that you're being successful with sponsoring. If you add someone to your team, I have a graphic. I use the exact same graphic every single time. It has my team name on it. I welcome the person. I use Instagram and Facebook as my 2 basic main. I will post on Instagram and Facebook to welcome them to my team. I'm welcoming it to the public, basically. I'm showing their friends that they joined, and I'm showing my friends that I added someone else. And anytime they see that post, now after 2 years, they automatically know she's added somebody else because she's using that picture again. So I went with something in the beginning, and I kept it the whole time. And I still, to this day, use the exact same graphic. You have to show people that you're successful with the company. That is going to make people join you. I can't tell you how many people join my team and say, I have 5 friends who sell Younique. I'm all pretty close. I'm pretty close to each of you in about the same way. But you, I know, are dedicated. You post about Younique all the time. You're successful with it. I want to be successful, so I joined under you. Half my presenters probably told me that. So make sure you are bragging on yourself so that they see that you're being successful. If your sponsor doesn't do it, that's okay. It's up to you. You do it. You brag on yourself. Tell people how successful you are. Another thing you can do is if your presenters promote within your company, you tell people about it. You recognize them not only on their Facebook wall, but yours too, because guess what that shows? She's signing people up, and they're successful, so she must be able to do something right. I think I want to join with her. So with that being said, I want to recognize some of you. So if you have sponsored more than 5 people since you started, stand up.
Is it us?
Be proud of it. Stand up.
Number 30.
Okay, if you've sponsored more than 6, 7, 8,
I already know who's going to win this game.
10, 11, 12, 13,
We're just going to support you.
She's standing.
20, 22, 24, 26, 32, 40,
Y'all.
41,
If you
45.
sponsor 40 people, you're going to be green status.
How many have you sponsored?
I think 67.
Katie, how many have you sponsored?
There you go.
That's awesome.
How many?
242.
Good.
Wow.
No.
Good job, Katie. That's awesome.
Give Katie
I
a
love
gift.
your shirt, by the way. Here, Katie.
That's seriously impressive.
I know. That's what I said. I couldn't believe that.
Okay. With that being said, another way, going back to the recognition, you recognize them if they promote, if they're yellow, pink, if they achieve fast start. If you just think they had a really great month, If they are coming to you and saying they're struggling, post something good about them that they've done to pep them up and show their customers that they're successful with Younique. So, if you are white status, stand up.
Give them a round of applause.
Okay, if you're yellow, stand up.
Yeah, I get up there.
Okay, our pink status.
Whoop, whoop.
Blue. Blue.
Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo.
Do we have any green in the audience? Any greens?
Hey.
We have some greens up here. Orange, purple, anybody?
There you go.
Hey.
Are you orange or purple?
Orange.
Okay, good.
Debbie's purple.
Okay.
She's purple.
Okay,
Stand
purple.
up.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Well, but I'm just gonna say that that's also who drove the photos to get here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Facebook Live. Liesel's going to talk to you about this. I can't tell you how important this is for sponsoring because we all do the makeup videos where we do the tutorials. However, you need to do Facebook Lives about the opportunity, and that's it. Facebook Live is just going live to talk about the opportunity. There are three, yes.
You didn't ask for people to stand up that haven't joined Younique yet.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we do have joined. Stand up.
I feel lonely.
You should feel special.
That makes you unique.
Give her a gift.
This is your future
Oh, you get a
family.
gift. She gets a gift.
Get a gift.
Yay.
Smart business
Yes.
people don't get sponsored.
Yes. Thank you.
How big do you think would you recommend your team is before you start a team page or
Ha.
a team
We've
name?
been having this conversation lately.
Yeah.
So when I joined and I figured out I could get people under me and I could be a leader, that to me is the most enjoyable part about this whole business, is having my team underneath me. I like the selling, I like interacting with my customers, but helping my team is the best part. So when I joined and I started recruiting people, I was itching to make a team page. I had like 2 people under me. And I asked my sponsor, can I make a team page now? And she said, if you want to. So I waited until I got to pink status and I made one. Now a lot of people will tell you, you
I don't have any presenters under me that are active and I have a team page.
okay, but you do have presenters in there, right?
No.
Okay. Well,
Ready.
hey.
She's in there, but she's not in there.
Well, see, there you go. There you go.
Abby's ready.
It just basically, when it gets to the point where it's too hard for you to communicate with them through other means, like text messages or Facebook messages. And that was basically when I got to Pink, I had recruited like about 10 people underneath me, and it just got too much for me, so I created a team page. But you can do it whenever. Technically, corporate, if you were to ask them, they'd say do it when you're green. A lot of people wait until they're green to do a team page. I think it does an injustice to your team if you do wait that long, but it's totally up to you.
Yeah,
I have like mixed feelings about this. Sometimes I think it's too many, because like right now, if somebody were to sign under Liesel, they would probably get put in Liesel's group, they get put in Carrie's group, they put in Ashley's group, they put in my group, and that's okay if somebody wants all that. But if it's too much for them, put them in like your small area team
And your
page,
elite.
and your elite, and then your black. But let me say this: if I have a girl that is team and she is going for it, she knows what she wants. I tell them to start a group, because if you have somebody above you, and I meant to say this when I talked about my stuff, but if there's a smaller group, if Courtney's going for promotion and she doesn't have a team page, I have no way to talk to all of her girls. If they're in a group, I can talk to them. But if you are not gung-ho, and if you are not working this business, do not start a team page. Don't open a team page and put a bunch of people in there and then never do anything with
Can
it.
I say something?
Absolutely.
One of the reasons why some of the black status leaders in the company will tell their downlines to wait until they get to green to do a team page is because You know, it's really easy when you create a team page, and I saw myself doing this because I started one really, really early. You can find yourself kind of spending too much time trying to be a leader to your team and not enough time working your own business. And it really needs to be, you know, the majority of your time needs to be working on your business, setting an example, leading by example, so that your team knows what to be doing. Because you can always find tasks to keep yourself busy, taking care of your team, but then your personal business will suffer. So that's one reason why people say wait.
But be committed.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, then
Be
just
committed.
still work your business.
Can I just say, can I add on one thing? I'm so sorry. The other thing, I started a team page as well when I was Pink, and it's because I wanted to create a tone and culture within my group that I didn't really fall in line with my upline, the way that they practiced, the way that they gave business advice. It didn't fall in line with how I would want to be trained, so I started to take the lead on my own. The one thing that I would say, though, is if you see a great post from your leader, and some of you may be in like 3 or 4 pages, don't just copy and paste what they post, because the person's going to see it 3 different times on 3 different groups. And also, it's not in your voice. And your people, your team knows your heart. They know the way in which you write. And if you are not genuine, you're going to lose those people because they're not going to feel like they can trust what you say because they're not your words.
Bottom line is a personal preference.
Yeah. Okay, so 3 Facebook videos that I suggest that you do. You're going to be marketing to 3 different people. So the first one you're going to do is to the people who want to join because they want to make the money. They see you being successful and they want to do it too. So what do you do then? Well, you do a Facebook Live. You briefly talk about the kit, and then you talk about the colors, fast start, how you get the 250, bonuses you can get, cruises you can earn, free makeup that you don't have to pay for you can use that money for other things like your Y Cash and your half price, but you market to those people who want to make the money. The second way you do it are to the people who are looking for a community. They want friends. They want a sense of family. So you talk to them about the things you do behind the scenes. Younique, I've made some of the best friends I've had in my whole life. You know, we go to team dinners and we do phone calls and we chit chat about things non-related to Younique. And if I didn't have my team, if I didn't have my Y sisters, I wouldn't have gotten through this, whatever it is. The third way you're talking to those people who want the free makeup. These can be referred to as your kidnappers. Those that are just joining for the kit, whether they just want the kit and they say, I don't want to even order from my website, I still want to order from you. That does happen to me, and that's fine. Or the people who just want to use it for their discount. In that case, you kind of do like the Oprah video where you have your products and you say, you get this, and you get this, and you get this, and you get this, and I'm showing you everything you get in your kit. Look at all this makeup you get for free. That's what you do. And each one you show about the kit. But those are my three videos. I would go live no less than 1 time a week about the opportunity. You have to be reminding them. And I would post about it every 3 days, whether that's not necessarily posting the presenter's kit, but something else to get their mind thinking about joining. Another thing you can do is to make a hundreds list. It's very important to stay organized with Younique. And I can go back 2 years ago and see people who kind of mentioned to me about joining who I never got to join. They never joined under me. But I've let them fall off because it's 2 years ago and I have no idea. So if someone mentions the opportunity to you, write them down on this list. Try to get 100 people. That way you can go back and follow up with them a month, 2 months, 3 months, even a year later, so that they're not forgotten. You haven't just forgotten them out there. I can tell you right now, I did not do this in the beginning. If I went back to my beginning messages, there are probably some people that were interested in it, so don't sell yourself short with that. Also, I tell people confidence is huge with sponsoring. You have to be confident in yourself. Younique, luckily, is a great avenue for you to find your confidence. Not only do we sell makeup, but the team support and the recognition you get, all of those things build your confidence. You're more confident to sponsor people. If you have just joined and you're a week in and someone wants to join under you, please don't send them to your sponsor to join under them because you think you're not prepared enough to be able to train them. That's okay. You'll learn as you go, even if you're both learning together. I can't tell you how many people under me start having people join under all these people, and I'm like, what is going on? Oh, well, I wanted to help her out, so I gave her my 2 presenters. I'm like, come again? Please don't do that. Please. And she regrets it now, but there's somebody on my team who did that, and she gave away probably 15 people. Don't do that. She put them underneath somebody under her,
I've done that.
but they weren't under her. And if you do it don't do it.
You can lose a lot of money doing it. I know a girl right now that would be black, but she's purple because she did that.
Offer the opportunity to everyone. So like Robin said, Robin and I have known each other for a couple years, and we never talked about Younique.
I can get my embroidery right.
We never talked about Younique, but and I joined under her still, but I'm not directly under her. And there have been several people who I have thought, I think she'd probably be pretty good at this Younique thing. And then I get busy and I do something else, and then 2 weeks later they join under Sally, not on my team, and I'm like, what exactly were you doing? Like, what was your thought process? Why did you not send her a message? You should have stopped right then and done it. And it works. I'm telling you. I just had a presenter join my team a couple weeks ago. I had no idea who she was. I randomly added her to my friends list. I saw her picture in my news feed, and it was beautiful. Her makeup was amazing. And I thought, she's on my Younique team. There gets to a point where you kind of don't know exactly who everybody is underneath you. And I thought she is. So I went to my back office, and she wasn't there. And I'm like, okay, well, she has to sell for somebody else. And I go to her profile, nothing about Younique. So I sent her a message, and I said, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I saw your picture on Facebook. I immediately thought you were a presenter with Younique, and you weren't. Just wanted to tell you, I think it's beautiful. Your makeup is phenomenal. And she wrote me back and said, oh, thanks so much, and I left it. 2 months later, I'm scrolling through Facebook. I see the same girl, different picture, same process. I got a lot of stuff going on up here, apparently. And I thought, she must be on my Younique team, because I didn't remember from 2 months ago. Do the same thing. Go to my back office. She's not there. Go to her profile. She's not there. Open up the message to send her the same thing I'd already sent her, and it pulls up the history. Thank God. And I'm like, hey, guess what just happened again? I'm scrolling through Facebook. I saw your picture. It reminded me again how great you would be at Younique. And she wrote me back and said, tell me more about it. And I did. And she joined under me. And she's phenomenal right now, like blowing it out of the water a month in. So reach out to people blindly. You can do that.
3 C's.
Yes, 3 C's. What are they?
Crazy, compliment, confidence.
If you're unsure what to
Hey
say,
girl, this might sound crazy, but have you ever thought about joining Younique? Then you need to compliment, and it has to be sincere. Your makeup is always amazing, and I am confident you could do this job much better than me. Or people love you, you get so many comments on your profile. I know you could be amazing at this. Crazy, compliment, confidence. I also do that to my kids' teachers. And my husband.
going back to being confident, I tell people who join underneath me, I'm not afraid to tell you this, like if you mention to me that you're interested in joining Younique, I'll get you on my team. It took me 2 years to get someone on my team just the other day. 2 years to get her on my team, and I don't care, I'll wait for you. But you mentioned it to me, so I'm going to keep, you're on my list. You're on my list, and I'll get you. I will. I have no doubt in my mind that you won't join Younique.
I thought I was too old.
82.
82.
82.
But she had all those young girls. I'm 52. I was like, what am I doing trying to do this?
No, you got to do it.
Did
Well,
anybody
the
listen to
prettiest-
you?
Like all of y'all have, like we have the prettiest team.
Yeah, very pretty.
We do.
Um,
Everybody.
Almost 50.
And then the last thing about sponsoring, if you're still unsure,
No, my daughter is like, she's pretty.
if you're still unsure about what to do, go back and think about why you joined. What did your sponsor do to get you joined? To get you to join? Did you see a post? Do that same post. Was it because you liked the makeup? Then reach out to the people who like the makeup. You joined for a reason, so find someone else to join for your same reason. Okay, I'm kind of out of time, but I'm going to go right quick through this event thing. Events are huge for me because of my retail history. Getting out and talking to people is what I like to do. So when I joined and it was all mobile, I thought, I'm going to find some way to get out in front of people, and that's events. So I book events constantly. year round. I have 6 events this month. And I typically only pay I pay no more than $50 per event. Keep it, if it's more than $50, it's not worth your time because you never know how the event's gonna be until you get there. Don't pay $200 for an event you're going into blindly and have no idea how successful it's gonna be. You're probably not gonna make your money back if that's the case. Wedding shows, I did that. I paid $400 one time for an event. And I sold one thing. One thing. But guess what you can do when you have an unsuccessful event? You start networking with the other people at the event. The people that are selling those other random companies. I'm going to tell you about my company. And all of a sudden it turns into a successful event. Okay, quickly, how you find Facebook events. You post to Facebook and you ask your Facebook friends to help you. Hey, I'm looking for an event in October. Do you know of anything? Is your school having a fall festival? Is your work having a market? Would you like to do it in your home? Whatever it is. People will help you, I'm telling you. My inbox is flooded, and that's another thing. Don't let them comment on your post. You don't know all the Younique presenters and how trustworthy they are, and they might be taking that event that someone just told you about, so have them send you a message. But my inbox, when I do that, I'll get probably 5 messages within 30 minutes of people that just want to tell me about an event so-and-so's having. And then the other thing is you just call people. You call the churches, you call the businesses, whoever you think might be hosting an event, you call them and ask them if they do it. Right now, it's event season. We just started it. It's going to be nonstop from now to December. If you want an event, you can find one, trust me. Network with the other people at the event and ask them, hey, I've got an event. Be willing to give them an event. Don't do it with another makeup company. But if it's like, jewelry or something, I've got an event next week. Have you heard about it? And yes or no, whatever. Well, do you have any events coming up? I found a lot of events that way. Find a networking buddy there. Someone else completely not in your profession that does jewelry, for instance. And you all work together the whole year. I have someone who I talk to constantly. If she finds an event, she tells me. If I find an event, I tell her. But we just do that back and forth, back and forth. If you can't find an event, you can host an event. I have a trunk show that I do 4 times a year with, it's about, 6 or 7 different ladies now. We all do different things. It started off in my home. We got too big for that, and we now do it in a business downtown. We do it on the weekend. We promote it for a month. We have people come to the event, and it's just a shopping event. That's strictly what they're there for. They just shop with the jewelry, they shop with the makeup, they shop with the whatever. And if you keep it small enough, I hate to say they'll feel obligated to buy from each of you, but they're more likely to buy from each of you if you don't have 25 people there that they're having to divvy up their money with, So don't make it too big that they can't spend their money with everybody. Those are huge. I go to Hobby Lobby to find most of my props for my table. If you don't have the money, you go to Dollar Tree. If you don't have the money, you go to your house and you find some off the bookcase and you put it on your table. Whatever you have. If you just started and you have the only thing you have is your presenter's kit, can you do an event? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You take what you have and you go. You talk to people. That's your best. At that point, that's going to be the best thing you can do for yourself. Don't sit down at an event. Wear comfortable shoes because you need to be standing in front of your table pretty much the whole time. If someone walks by my table, and sometimes people see the makeup and they're like, all the way across the thing. And I'm like, hey, can I interest you? Have you heard of Younique? And I'll give them my business card. Make sure everybody that walks by your table gets your business card, always. If they walk up to the table, I have my products displayed. I do a lot of cash and carry. I could talk about that forever. I keep the products in stock. I keep them on my table. They can buy it right then when they're there. If you don't have that, you take orders. You have them pay for it right then, or you can have them go to your website right then and place the order, whatever you want to do. I have a PayPal account and a Square account. I ring up customers' cards through there. I have all of my inventory in my Square, everything. Everything that Younique offers is in there. So if someone comes up to me and wants a perky lip liner, I hit go to Peas, perky's there, I click it, it's already got $16.50, that's what I charge for my cash and carry price. It sends them a mobile receipt. I've got bags. I used to get them from the Dollar Tree. Now I ordered them from NashvilleWraps.com. It's a wholesale retail paper company, basically. It's where you can get all your supplies. Yeah, it's next day shipping with them. So everything I do for tissue paper, raffia, bows, bags, whatever, I get it from there. I'm out of time. Yeah. What to wear? You can wear your Younique stuff. You can wear something cute, whatever. Have your cash box. Have your card reader. Square and PayPal are the two that I use. I take their cards there.
When I'm done, when I'm not done.
Yeah, I used to do one eye not. That still works for me if you want to do one eye mascara and one eye. Typically what I do is, like, this is my drugstore mascara and this is Younique, and I show them. And I typically only do one coat so they can see truly. Like, I don't have 15 coats over here. This is one coat. A lot of times now I'll just go with both of them done. Just because people, in the beginning, my very first event, I signed up 2 or 3 months into joining. I ordered 50 mascaras. Yeah, that was a high hope for me. Guess what I sold? 50 mascaras. I was bound and determined to make that event successful. To this day, that's the most mascaras I've ever sold at one event, but that's because our mascara is not our most popular item anymore. We do so much more than mascara, but back then when I joined, that was it. That's what we sold. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome.